The NFL for the next 5 years on 7, and we'll be showing the Bathurst 12-hour endurance race in its entirety next February. So Richmond, so much of the ball in the opening half. They kicked 6 of the first 8 goals. Swans got the last couple. They've closed it. And at half-time, you reckon it's perfectly poised, don't you? I mean, the underdog leads by 14 points in a low-scoring match. Trent Cotchin, a career-high 22 first-half disposals. And the two big guns, Revolt and Buddy, have got 2 each. Edwards, great mark in the first half.
Yeah, terrific mark, wasn't it? He just had the sit. That's just classic mark, end-to-end kicking in the schoolyard almost, that mark.
So as we welcome you to the halftime show here, Carlton Draft, Friday Night Footy with Lee, Tom and also Wayne. Lee, we spoke to Trent Cotchin pre-match. He talked about getting some early disposals. He's had so much of the ball to halftime. How's he played?
Well, I'm not 22 disposals. Sounds terrific, but I mean, I guess this is endemic. What is happening, what Trent is doing, he's getting a lot of the ball, but a lot of it sideways. I mean, Richmond have had over 200 possessions, only 19 inside 50s, which is incredibly low. They've got their 6 goals, but so if you've got the ball, the opposition haven't got it. That's the plus. But there's a lot of players in the Richmond side getting a lot of the footy and not much penetration with those disposals.
I was going to say that there's been a bit of stat padding, but he has won the ball at clearances in contested situations as well. But I think the sheer number probably backs what Lee's saying.
Well, it's not that Chris Judd explosive away from the contest that we know Trent Cotchin can play. I mean, it is a more accumulative possessions, isn't it? It's not real explosive, sort of break the lines.
The whole game's like that, isn't it?
No,
a lot of possessions and not much go forward.
Have you seen Rance versus Franklin? It looks the most interesting duel of the night.
Yeah, look, I'm giving the nod slightly to Rance. I think he's won more of those 50-50 contests, but he kicked that goal late in that quarter where I thought Rance was a little bit stiff, maybe should have got a free kick for holding of the jumper, but it's very close. The fact that Lance has kicked the 2 evens it up, Tom.
I'm probably going to take the contrary view just marginally as well.
Defender.
I love the big power forward stuff. But, I guess what Buddy's done well, there's the free kick that went to Rance late, is that when given the opportunity, he's kicked the goal.
I think what we can say, Rance is as good a match-up as Franklin's we've seen in the last few years. He's doing a pretty good job in the one-on-ones.
No, his athleticism is important. So Buddy with a couple of goals in the second half. Well, Tom got his autograph book out. He took a selfie. He's an NFL absolute devotee, and he caught up with Reggie Bush during the week.
I grew up as a kid wanting to play professional football in NFL. I had a plan A, and that was it.
And you went to the New Orleans Saints, ended up playing in a Super Bowl. That would have been nice.
For us, it was more special because of Hurricane Katrina. I don't know if you remember heard of that, but just completely wiped out the whole city. Hundreds of thousands of people lost property, homes, family members, lost their lives. Just the city was completely destroyed. So we kind of used that as motivation. 4 years later, we were able to win the Super Bowl. And so that was really special, man. That was really cool. I'm looking forward to making this year the most productive year I've had as an NFL professional athlete. Now that we have the right leader, the right head coach, now it's on us. Now it's on the team to make it happen.
So can you win it? Can you win the Super Bowl?
I think we can, yeah. I think we can. I definitely think, why not? We should be thinking Super Bowl mentality, championship caliber. You walk like a champ, act like a champ, you practice like a champ, you prepare like a champ.
Well, the AFL's just brought in free agency in the past year or so.
Yeah.
We model a lot of our game structures off the NFL.
I had my first experience with it 2 years ago. It was also very humbling because, as athletes, we still have that chip on our shoulder a little bit, and we still feel like, I'm still a really good player. And it's not always the case from a market standpoint. So I was thinking that I was going to have 8, 9 options, When you find out there's only 2 or 3 teams that want you and really only one team that's a good fit for you, that's a very humbling experience. I think it fueled me inside to go out and be even better, work even harder, come back even stronger to prove, everybody else wrong. All those things that go along with being a professional, that the things that people don't see, when the camera's on, those are things that you have to do, and you have to take care of those. And true professionals understand that.
Yeah, it's great to hear you say that, because we watch the NFL sports and see you guys on another platform to what we are. But at the end of the day, if there's going to be longevity in your sport, you got to play like a pro, right?
You have to be a pro. You have to treat it, and you have to always approach life and the game like a professional.
Reggie, great to have you in Australia.
Thanks,
great
man.
to have you
Appreciate
on the show.
it. Yeah, it's good to be here.
And best of luck with the season
Thanks,
coming
man.
up.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you.
Well, Bruce, that was a real treat for me. I'm a massive fan of the NFL, and Reggie Bush is a superstar, $16 million over 4 years, 3 million Twitter followers, and just a ripping bloke. And so we're very fortunate to have it on our network, Bruce.
Absolutely. I thought you were enjoying all of that. What happens in the second half, guys, here?
Well, it is unpredictable, clearly, because they've got the lead, Richmond, and Swans actually just haven't come to play. They've regrouped pretty well, but there's still a bit of panic in their play. Like, it's not going the way they would have thought deep down.
Yeah, I thought it was a sloppy last 5 minutes from the Tigers. So whether that transcends into the second half, but I expect the Swans to come back hard.
Start crucially important for the Tigers after this bounce. I think the Swans will come, but it's in the Tigers' hands right now.
A lot to look forward to on the Friday night. Time now for Coles. 7 plays in 7 days.
This week's NAB AFL Oz Kicker of the Year nominee. Thanks to NAB doing more to fortify Australia. This lucky Oz Kicker will enjoy an amazing Toyota AFL Grand Final experience, including walking in the parade, playing on the MCG and presenting a premiership medal. Let's get a Hamish who's with this week's nominee.
That one there is Daniel. And Daniel, where are you from? You're not from around here.
I'm from England.
How long ago did you move out?
I don't know.
You're living in Beaumaris now, though. Now, tell me, how do you pronounce your surname here?
Throop.
Throop. Now, I've never met a young little Oz kicker that's come from England, so I thought I'd give you a bit of an experience. You always have a meat pie at the MCG. Have you had a meat pie before?
Not at the MCG, but I have had one.
You have had one. So have you had one with sauce?
Yeah.
Well, I think you need the sauce to be completely fortified. You also need a can of Coke. Now, if you have that, you can watch all 6 races at Ascot tonight and probably Wimbledon, which starts at Monday, and you won't even need to go to bed.
Okay.
Now, you're going to go to the MCG on Grand Final day?
Yes.
You're a Hawthorn supporter?
Yes.
Josh Gibson's your favourite player?
Yes.
Good luck. Hope you get there. Hope you meet Josh Gibson. 2 tickets to the Grand Final, a football, some chips, eat it all on the way home, spill it all through the car, and your old man will be upset.
Okay.
All right. Good chat, Daniel. Good chat. Down to you, Richard.
Well, Dim, a pretty simple formula, the contested ball and then clearance situation. You've had clear wins there.
Yeah, look, it's been good. Obviously, we've got some guys getting in under and then getting it forward to our one-on-ones. We feel we can exploit those guys. Jack's in reasonable form and, Aaron looks dangerous as well. So we've just got to continue in the contested nut and push it forward.
Heard the players as they're going out and they're really emphasising no lapses in third quarters and real focus for you the first 10 minutes here.
Yeah, it'll be one at the coalface. We spoke about it just, prior to the game, also about the ability to take, when the game's there to be won, we've got to make sure we take our chances. So this is a big quarter for us.
Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
So the sub's been made. Zach Jones coming on for Reshaw. Just the mindset here. I mean, the underdog in front at half-time.
Yeah, well, that was interesting. We saw John Longmire at quarter time. It's the same process. The Swans have got to lift their intensity, but without that panicky, that with games not going our way and they start to lose their composure. That's their challenge. Richmond's challenge, of course, is to build on the lead and sort of start again as opposed to start thinking about the end result too early.
Just saw Zach Jones and saw Nathan Jones and Jerry, who's his wife, looking down. The brother's about to get a run, so there he is waiting for his time.
Tigers by 14 points then. Start of the second half. Good bounce on the way down. Pike knocks it forward. Reid came off the line. Koch in a half chance. Kennedy nicely done. Melcheski under pressure. Kicks it down towards half forward. Bounces outside the 50. Now it's in. All Tigers back there. Chaplin. Hooley. That was ambitious. Good's got him down. 22 possessions now for Ellis. Not the best of them. He was under pressure. Hooley on one knee. Ellis, a high ball. It will be a mark if somebody can do it. Pettit hands to it. Kennedy. 15 possessions, if that counts. No, it doesn't. Incorrect disposal. Miles again.
Thank you. He's been good, Dennis. It's third game in that half-back position now. Gets it to centre wing. Laidler to Deledio. Deledio did it well. Kicked a goal in the second term. Gets the ball to half-forward. Hampson worked underneath. Good Mark Grundy. Lee, when Brisbane were at their height, could you flick a switch and turn them on or not?
Not in the coach's box. I don't know whether the players on the field thought they could. I never had that psychology, Macca.
McVeigh to Cunningham. Well, let's see what Sydney have got in the second half, eh? Jetta running hard. Lloyd didn't move too quickly there, and then Grimes runs the ball out. about you, Tom? I mean, at Geelong and that big run that you had where you were basically unbeatable.
Yeah, what you do have is amazing self-belief within the team. So as much as you wouldn't want to go there very often to flick a switch, I think the really good sides can.
Could you do it at North Melbourne, Duck?
Yeah, I actually agree with Tom. I think there were plenty of games where you're probably not playing your best footy, but you just knew you could do enough to win the game.
Here's D. Rance. Nimble. Martin. 19 possessions for him. Drives it towards the outer side. A race back. Awkward bounce for Goods. Did well though, the champ. In trouble now. Delidio's got him. Takes him down. And the umpire is circling and decides it was held to him. So ball up on the outer side. I'm sure Tiger fans would be nervous. They can go away very quickly, but they seem to have the appetite tonight. Miles, Hooley, hurriedly on the boot. Well done, Laidler, reaching back. Goes after the footy. Goes back still further. Malcheski finds a way through. McVeigh. Haven't called his name too often. Here's Bird, ditto. Defensive side of the centre circles. Delayed it well. Rampy's got the football. Man on Jetta. Got a big second term. He can run at them here. Runs to 60, Jetta. Dangerous ball, long. Reid will fly from the back. Well played by the defender. Reid didn't have the football. Play on's the call. Rance with courage. Oh, wonderful Rance. Or will it go against him? Well, it was too high, but he was rolling into the legs. I don't know.
I think it's a good decision. That was
kicking down.
And because I think Buddy was actually trying to kick the ball off the ground, so that took precedence. The kicking
Cunningham, sorry, Lee. Cunningham to full forward. Franklin and Rance again. What a battle they're having. And then Ellis to Hooley. So Sydney putting some pressure on the Tigers early. Miles, a poor handball from Ellis. Reid, Jetta becoming so important, as Dennis said, in that second term. Pike and Chaplin. Pike brings it down. Goods in the pocket. Well done. Jack gets his second. Sydney have kicked the last three. And yes, the switch might have been flicked.
If he hadn't actually tried to kick the ball, frankly, he probably would have got the rolling into it. But the fact he tried to kick it off the ground, that happened first.
Rucks go at it. Derricks did well. Down to Bird. Awkward looking kick. Test of strength. Rance then dropped the mark, having won the test of strength. Petted. Now they'll run it up. Ellis, Martin. D was involved. He started that. And now Cochin on the end of the short pass. He's at left half back. 14 possessions in the first term. 22 to half time. Responded to some criticism during the week, defended by his coach. And now it's Ellis.
Craig Bird might have been given the job, I think, in the second half, just to make sure Cochin's...
15, please. Cochin goes short to Hooley.
Thank you. Right there, Craig.
So Hooley just lobs it over the man on the mark. Dangerous kick. Morris had it knocked away. Well played by Jones. Parker's in there. Foley liked his game. Tough and relentless. Well done, Morris. Hooley finds a way through. Sends a high ball towards the wing. Delidio camped underneath it. Over the shoulder. No free kick. Grundy. Well played by Smith. Hammers it to Jones. Kept his composure. Grundy didn't. In trouble. Outside of the bit, it bounces down to Brandon Jack, to McVeigh. On the move is Franklin. This has been a wonderful duel. Well played by Rance. Chaplin storming up the middle. Misses two Tigers. Lurking behind is Smith. Morris didn't miss him. Down he goes. Wrenched out of there by Parker. Wrong foot's a would-be tackler. Kicks inside the forward 50. Wow. How can you lose Adam Goods? He's not exactly a set of keys, and he goes over the top. And Mike Pike, what was he thinking?
He wasn't thinking Goods was going to handpass to him, Dennis. That's what he wasn't thinking.
Oh, dear.
Rule number one, keep your eyes on the footy, isn't it?
Yeah, and the Tigers, lucky initially, but I think it's going to be a free kick. And McVeigh will get it.
They certainly weren't on the same page, those two. In fact, they were in the same book.
So McVeigh deep in the pocket. Jeez, that was comical, wasn't it?
15 seconds. Hey, come on.
It was within range, Goodsy, too. I guess he thought Pike It was a soda and he'd taken it. Oh, that's a decent kick to fall forward and behind. I loved it a moment ago. It was Smith to Jones, so Jones' first touch. A Smith and a Jones involved.
Just watching Zach Jones, he went to half-back on Nick Floston and was right in the rough and tumble of it. I reckon he likes a scrap.
Martin drives it out. Hooley crumbs the pack. Cocks the hand, doesn't release the footy. Elects to kick it up towards the wing. Full-chested. Richards takes the mark and sends it back into attack. His opposite number, the opposing fullback, took the mark. Rance to Foley, to Martin. Needs to be precise. That's wide of D. Now a chance opens up for Cunningham. Spots a man on the move. So did Martin. Got there in time to close Jack down. Goes after the footy. Jack grabs him. Between his legs, Kennedy. Oh, that was wonderful vision. Well, it bounced wide of Lloyd eventually. He applies a tackle on Chaplin. Takes him to the ground. Chaplin trying to convince the umpire he's trying. I'm not sure he is, and we'll have a ball up.
Zach Jones here with Nick Floston just saying welcome to AFL footy.
Pulling rank, Floston, eh?
Yep.
I've been here a year before you, mate. It's 50 metres. Well, okay, knocked out. So Marich getting it. Tiny kick. Chaplin, Martin. Been productive, Floston. So can the Tigers steady here with a goal? They haven't had one for a while. Too short a kick. That's a dangerous kick, that short ball. Goods. I agree with Lee. Every time he's touched something, Jones, good touch to Jack. Jack to to his brother. And it's coming and just missing. So the Jack's getting involved. Kieran's kicked a couple and Brandon's missed a couple. There's the runner there, Tom. You told us...
Yep.
Is that a fine or not?
It may be a play. I don't think he's actually interfered with the play. Certainly not the opposition play in Richmond. But, yeah, the memo is pretty clear. So free kicks remain the same, Bruce, if there's interference in play or with the player directly. And the guidelines are more exactly that for the footy operations department.
There's Parker close to the boundary line. The last 16 inside 50s belong to Sydney. That's an incredible figure. Produced a few this game. Marriage gets back and takes a defensive mark to Miles. Just fitting in straight away into the big time and hasn't missed a beat. In two minds here, though. Goes very close to the man on the mark. As a result, it's a slow kick. Working in front, Grundy. Lurking behind, Rampy. He was taken high. Laidler, McVeigh. Kicks inside the forward 50 yet again. Watching the footy this time. Pike was up, got a hand to it. Runs free behind. D did well. Knocks it out of bounds. We'll have a throw in.
Good defensive effort. They're on the back foot, Richmond, aren't they? They found it very hard to get it out of the forward 50 for the Swans. Sydney within a goal after Richmond lead 6 goals to 2. And they had so much of the play. Pike worked to the front. Marich won the belt away. Kennedy to Franklin on the wrong side. Kept the ball in. He's within range. Back to Laidler. Well done by Pettit. High ball, Reed. Good grab. He can do that duck, can't he?
He can, and we see snippets of it, don't we? I think generally when he gets behind the play, he runs at the footy like he did on that occasion. But once again, it's just another great example of a player coming in from the side and keeping his eyes just on the footy.
He's got a great height extension, isn't he? He's tall and he can jump. He's got a really long reach.
He meets it at its highest point.
Yeah.
It's been very good tonight, and he's kicked his second, and suddenly the Swans are on equal billing. It's taken them a long time to get level.
Sam Reid, he can float in from the side and take a contested mark as good as anyone. That is absolutely fantastic to watch. Richmond have made the sub. Matt Thomas is into the game, and Matty D is out.
One down by Hampson. Bird was slung. Well, they need to do something, and quickly the Tigers. Down went Parker. Hampson lost and couldn't control it. Charging in was Edwards. Did well, Shane Edwards. Hooley sends it down towards half forward. The target, Aaron Edwards. Laidler measured that kick very nicely. Just pulled his kick at the last moment and heads down the race. So D taking a seat. Difficult for him. He was the man crumbing that last pack. He didn't opt to go with Reid, and I think probably that was a black mark against him, but he's giving away a fair bit of size in that contest. McVeigh, so much composure now about the Swans, although the hand pass a little long. Third man in the queue got it. Smith McVeigh across the ground at Cunningham. Brandon Jack is taken off. He runs hard towards the wing. It won't reach him on the full. He hesitates. Got into the turn rather well, like Ricky Bobby. He gives it across towards Ted Richards. Ted has a bounce. Kicks inside the forward 50. One-way traffic at the moment. Oh, what a mark, Parker.
Putting a grip on that left hand, that is a great ball control.
Did not take his eyes off the ball once.
Checking for Velcro.
Yep.
Terrific stuff. Parker, can he finish the job? Oh, just touched less than a metre out. Their tallest timber was down there, Marriage and Hanson.
So here's the stretch.
Right on the line.
Yep. So the Swans hit the front. And look at those last 10 scores. And Richmond have not had the ball inside their forward 50 for donkey's ages. Belted away by Rampy. Oh, that looked high on Parker, but no free. Conker was there, and then taken down is, let's have a look. Which Richmond player is it? It's Thomas who's come on.
It's on the terms at the moment, the Swans. They've dominating the play, and then as a result of that, able to set up defensively with loose players, either Grundy or Malcheski. The Tigers need to do something and do something fast.
Kennedy on Martin.
Well, Craig Bird has gone on to Trent Cotchin, and he has been instrumental. He's had a couple of clearances, 4 disposals, and Cotchin has only touched it twice.
Pike and Marriage again. Thomas in close. Martin, well done. Squeezed it. Foley's got the job on Malcheski. That ball not out. Not out now. Malcheski gets it. Not sure what'll happen. It'll be a ball up. So
the Swans have turned the game in the most key area, which is the clearances, the ball winning out of the contest. I think it's 8-1 their way in the third quarter, whereas Richmond had done well in that in the first half.
Pike, first hand to it. Rance, no way out of there. It's not an easy game on the eye, I've got to say. Trickles away. Well done by Thomas. Martin, Pettit went to ground. Martin comes again. Could have been taken high. Nothing doing. Hard to see for the umpires in there. Look at that. You can see lurking in the foreground both the runners. Thomas backing off on the right.
So third man up. And Richmond just clear it for a moment. Deledio, Cotchin on the up. Rance. Well done, Hurley. Back to Deledio, off a step. Neat kick, though, to half forward. Hampson protected the ball pretty well. Edwards been reasonable. He's been quiet. Little kick's a good one to Cotchin. And this is a big kick now. Normally goes short, but Richo, has he got the legs here? I don't know. Can he kick the distance?
I think it may be right on the edge of his range.
Big kick for a captain from here, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I think it might be a better option to top of the square here. I'm not sure he's got the legs. He probably proved me wrong, though.
Well, massive chance here for the Tigers. What does he do? Play the percentages or try and kick the big goal to put them back in front? He's put it to the top of the square. Couple of flyers and belted away, and scores are back level.
Well drilled the Swans defence. It's that high ball just has to be punched through, and they make that decision every time.
Malcheski. Well, not far enough. Intended for Rampy, but didn't get there. Now Vlostein, not the worst kick in the team. Important one, this one, but Sydney certainly wrestling control from the Tigers at the moment. A sense of deja vu for Tiger fans. They need to throw a big punch here. Vlostein runs to the 50. Kick is on the way. Hangs it out to the right. Any score leads, and it does. Behind. Tigers 42. Swans 41.
Rampy had his back to Malcheski a moment ago, so just taking his time this time, Malcheski. It's a spear out wide. Good stretch from Bird, but well done, Vlostein. And a boundary throw in. Not Bird, it's Smith I meant. So a 1-point game for the Tigers. They got it out to a 4-goal lead about halfway through the second quarter. High stakes, more for Sydney. I feel like the season's gone for Richmond in terms of finals. You wonder sometimes if some relief and less pressure because of that. I know it sounds ridiculous, but Grimes, the fact that they're out of the running and you can loosen up a bit. Often you do see teams have good second halves of the year when they can't make the finals. Thomas, the sub, running hard, creeping up to 100 games. Good kick, well protected by Shane Edwards. So just for the last 4 or 5 minutes, Richmond getting some equilibrium back now.
Not 15, Foley's got it, confronted, fends off Jeddah. Kick though under pressure, wanders inside the 50, and Laidler did very nicely. Sure hands to Grundy. It's a right half back, kicks to the wing. Tigers have got the numbers here. And at the back, Flostone took the mark, got rid of Jack in the same movement, goes short to Cochin. Cruising past Elidio, need more from him. Untidy handball behind the centre circles, taken by Martin. It's not a bad kick, low down. It meant that Hooley couldn't run on, but Martin did. Still inside the centre square, probing kick, well, a terrible one as it turned out. The mark is taken by Melcheski. Revolt was dropping back to the square. Melcheski came to meet the footy. Here's Rampy.
Well, I was going to say, Dennis, he's in trouble. He wanted Melcheski, and then he kicks out and a bounce and a bounce. We throw in. Melcheski, the loose man at the moment. He and Birchall, aren't they, off half back? I mean, Birchall for Hawthorn, Melcheski for Sydney. They just create, don't they? We saw Birchall here last Friday night. It was just fantastic. Derek, well done by Cochin, getting it inside the 50. Just got to get a goal here, Richmond. They've been attacking for a bit. Laidler, Reid, Jack, Lloyd, Franklin up the ground. Bad bounce for Buddy. He takes them on, did well. Jack on hands and knees. Hot footy. Melcheski again. Well done. Brilliant kick, Melcheski to Bird. And now they're in. Parker, they've created something here. Parker spearing it to centre half forward. Jeddah off a step, rushed it a bit. Good to market. No. Well done getting back by Vlosten. And scores a level again.
He's had a good quarter, hasn't he, Vlosten?
Yeah, that's an unbelievable spoil. Almost impossible to pull off those ones when you're running with the fight like that without impeding the opposition forward.
Tigers by behind then, tossed in. Pike knocks it down. Hooley's kick was smothered. Pike followed up. Kieran Jack in trouble. That's holding it surely. Incorrect disposal is the call. Hampson's hurt.
I think the two umpires thought opposite of that decision, but was badly on his sleeve.
Move it on.
Here's Ellis. Played very well. Drives it to the outer side. Missed in front by Thomas. Lurking at the back. A fumble there from Lloyd. Revolt. Headed. Slipped. Actually, it aided and abetted him. He sends a high ball just beyond the wing. Plenty of Swans there. Derricks got high. Revolt crumbing it. Missed the target though. Laidler. Derricks butters up again. Goes down towards half forward. But it's going to be a free kick. Cochin goes short to Hampson.
Gets it back. Chaplin. So through the centre, Chaplin without any pressure here. Can he deliver? The kick to full forward. Martin will be dangerous here. Well played, Smith. They've got the numbers of Swans, but they haven't done it very well. Martin into his back. No free. Tigers will want it. And it'll be a ball up. Gee.
Good result there for the Swans. Martin won out on a small defender's a really favourable matchup for Richmond. But Nick Smith, let's have another look at Hampson here. Yeah, friendly fire. That's going to hurt his ankle there. But Nick Smith just continues to get the job done as a small defender.
Friendly fire. Big corn, that phrase. Hand pass comes across from Thomas. Spills wide. Marriage had it momentarily. Cunningham won a hard ball. Parker went to ground. That appeared to be in the back. I think it's Conker at the base of that.
Push in the back. Lying on his back. Lying on his back.
Took a while to come, but I think they got it right.
No, you're not allowed to lie in the back though, Kieran. You can't lie on their back.
So Conker's got the football.
I didn't think you could lay on your back, but I see it happening a lot. That umpire certainly.
Initially the tackle was okay, but in the end you laid it.
Let's have a look at it.
Well, it was high, wasn't it?
Legally.
feeling like you're sort of sitting on his back.
Yeah.
I think that should be a free kick, but a lot of the time it's just allowed to happen.
So Conker, good first half, runs to the numbers, goes a little wide, call his play on. That's a good-looking kick, maybe touched right on the line. Well, it's knocked forward down there by Derricks. Took a bit of a chance, Laidler though, to McVeigh. And Sydney bring it away. It's a high ball up towards the wing. Coming back is Cochin. The ball is kind to him. But a nice bounce goes to Morris to Hooley. Plenty of Tigers on in the middle.
Back to Chaplin. They've done pretty well here, the Tigers. Have resisted the challenge for the moment. Edwards through the centre. Miles, strong enough to get it away. Franklin, just a little fumble. Gets it back from Malcheski. Did well, buddy. And that kick, a bit chaotic. Chaplin playing a sweeping role. No one really on him for the moment. Ellis off a step. Petted. Well done, Reid. Cunningham played every game this year. Franklin, neat kick. Next goal's huge here. I mean, Richmond have worked so hard in the last 10 minutes to hold the Swans at bay.
Chaplin's the one they need to avoid here. Just putting himself in the line of sight.
Grimes did well. Parker tried to work him away. Little give. Miles. Back to Ellis. Ellis. Only as far as Reid. Handball okay. Lloyd. Franklin. Right up the ground. Fending off. And then going long. 1-on-1. Jack Clever. Well done, Cochin coming across from the back. Little give was terrific to Morris.
Deep in defence. Foley's ball. Knocked forward off the hands of the pack. Well done by Brandon Jack. Down goes Franklin. Strong tackle got him down. Now a chance for Lloyd hanging off the pack. Close to the boundary line. Cochin, wonderfully done. Under pressure, McVeigh got back into the contest. Jack spots Goods. Hand passes back to McVeigh. Open goal.
Well, he's had a tough minute or two, Franklin. He's fended a couple off. Let's have a... Yeah, that's definitely a free kick, but umpire, you can't fend off high into the face, but he has been at a very physical last minute or so. He'll be breathing heavily, and Goods again.
Yeah.
Every time he gets the ball, something good happens for the Swans.
He does work. I mean, the thing that a lot of people don't necessarily see with Franklin is he does work really hard.
Work rate, yeah.
He's got the ball, or at least competed for the ball across half-back, and on that occasion just kept it alive, didn't he?
Tom, his effort for 5 minutes was enormous, wasn't it? From half-back to half-forward.
They've looked better as the game when he's played more up in the midfield, half-forward up in the midfield, rather than playing deep as he started on Rance.
So, Sydney by 5 points. Goods, Topo, Clever. Jetta couldn't take it. Martin's been very, very good. Kicks to a good spot. Revolt underneath. Reid going back, Tom, as you suggested. Edwards. Aaron Edwards. Hampson back on the ground to Thomas. Thomas to Foley. Clever. Well done. Protected at Miles within range. So a quick reply maybe by the Tigers here. He kicked a goal in the opening term. Of course, GWS, he played, what did he play? 12 games, I reckon, for them over a couple of seasons. 22 years of age. Just a couple of goals before tonight in his career. One for Richmond, one for GWS. But he's kicked one tonight, so for the first time in his career, a chance to kick 2 goals. A lot riding on this kick. It's going and going and going. Oh, that's a statement from the kid, eh? Miles. Richmond in front. He's kicked 2 for the first time. 1 to remember, eh? It's all set up, perfectly poised on a Friday night. A 1-point ball game. The Tigers lead the Swans.